What's up, Alex? How can I help?
So over the years, I have become more and more of an introvert, and I don't know if it's like who I am and just to be okay with it, or if it's something I'm doing as like a self-preservation tool.
What do you think?
I bounce back and forth because I find myself wanting to go out with people and hang out and do things, and I also find myself like, I'd rather go home and just sit with my dog.
So do they have to be mutually exclusive? Can you be doing both?
Well, a lot of times it's because I go out with my friends at church when I do go out, so I can't really bring my puppy to church.
No, so what I'm saying is it mutually exclusive? Can you becoming a little more introverted as you get older and wiser and tireder and more exhausted, and you're also choosing to do different things with your life, withdrawing a little bit just because it's easier? Can you be doing both of those things?
I'd say that's a possibility.
Okay. So I know. What is it about this stuff that's making you uncomfortable? Like, why the call?
Because I find myself, I want to create a community with people, especially with this past year has really kind of reinforced it with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And getting people together and just loving everyone despite our differences on whatever the case may be. But it's sometimes it's like, okay, you guys go be a community, and I'm going to go home and not be a part of it anymore.
I'm gonna go to bed. That's right. I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to go to sleep. That's right. I'm a Instagram social justice warrior, right? We're going to all get together and party, and we're all going to have our differences, and good night. Right?
Exactly.
Hey, I've got a very similar predisposition, Alex. So anytime somebody tells me they want to develop a community with an outcome attached to it, my first thought is that community is probably going to fail.
Okay.
If somebody tells me I want to develop a community because I want to get out there, I want to meet new people, I want the experience of hanging out, I know that it's going to help me. It's going to help me be well. It's going to help me in all sorts of physical ways and mental ways and physiological ways. If somebody tells me that, awesome. It's going to have some legs on it. If somebody says, I want to get a group of people together because we're going to, man, that's probably going to run out of gas. It'll either run out of gas 30 years from now when you quit the group or fall down dead, or it's just going to run out of gas because you're going to be propping it up because it's outcome based, right?
Yeah.
So I would rather you say, I just want to get a group of people because I like being with them. Here's a rule I had to make for myself. I love hanging out with people. It's one of my favorite things in the world to do. And I'm an introvert. I like to withdraw. When I get exhausted, I withdraw. I like going home and just sitting with my kids and the chickens and being out in the moon, right? So I have a rule that if there's something going on that I know I would love to do, and my first thought is I just want to go home and go to bed, I have to go. So if I'm leaving work and somebody texts and says, hey, we're getting the fights tomorrow, are you coming? And my first thought is, dude, I just want to go to bed. My rule is I got to go because I know it's the right thing for me. I've never gone to the fights with good friends that I love and love being around, or gone to some wacky pool hall to watch the fights and it's like, what? This thing may go down at any moment. I've never done that and regretted it. Not one time. I have gone home and gone to bed. I don't necessarily regret it, but I miss that community, right? And for me, if you're like me, Alex, if I do it once and I'll do it again, suddenly I'll look up and it'll be a month and I haven't hung out with anybody.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Oh, yeah. That's been part of the challenge is getting back into society because I went through a really hard breakup. And
there you go.
I completely withdrew from everybody and everything. And then when I picked my head up, everyone was kind of dispersed and gone.
There you go. So here's what I want to challenge you with. We don't use this word very often with relationships because it sounds gross, but it is what it is, and that's where we're at, and that's the word I'm going to use. As the world opens back up in these wonky fits and starts and opens and shuts and all that stuff, as it does that, as it's going to do, and friends who have scattered and found new friends, and I talked to somebody this morning on the radio that just went and got married. I mean, people have just done things during this season, right?
Yeah.
As it comes back together, I want you to keep this word in your head. I'm going to practice friendship again. I'm going to practice. I'm going to stumble through this. I'm going to fail. I'm going to be awkward. I'm going to be weird. I'm going to get a group of people together, and as soon as they all show up, I'm going to think, I don't want to be here. I want to be at home. But I'm going to stay. I'm going to make jokes. I'm going to laugh. And also, if I get a group of people together and I just cannot go today, I'm going to call them back, hey guys, I'm so super sorry. I know I set this up. I can't make it today. I'll be there next time. And they'll all text me like, oh, you're so lame. You're what a loser. You're an idiot. And be like, I know, I'm an idiot. It's cool. Shake it off. I'll be there next time. And if they're your gang, they'll be there next time. And they'll make fun of you. Hey, remember last time you didn't show up? And you'll be like, yeah, that was super lame. I just didn't have it, man. And then we're going to go again. And then we're going to go watch the fights. Or we're going to go watch the movie. Or we're going to go sing the songs or whatever it is we're going to do. But here's the thing. It's not going to be something you can just waltz and sprint back into. Especially, brother, you're coming off some heartbreak, right?
Yeah.
The last big relationship you had hurt you. So your brain's got a vested interest in keeping you away from other people because they hurt. And your body has a vested interest in you getting around people because that's the only way to be well.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, it does. It makes perfect sense. It's like you said, putting it back into practice. And
hey, being an introvert, dude, is awesome. It's annoying too sometimes. I wish I could go out and be like, hey, everybody, woohoo. Sometimes I just don't have it. And so I go and I hang out and I have a few deep conversations in the corner. I go for an hour and then I leave. But there's something about that ritual, that practice, that showing up and that showing up and that showing up. And then sometimes I go, man, and the wheels come off. And we laugh and I'm loud and I'm silly and ridiculous. And they're loud and they're like, dude, you are an idiot. And we all have a good time and then we get up and do it again the next time. But it's a practice. And I want to encourage you to, when you have those moments like, hey, all the guys, all the girls, everybody's getting together, I think I'm just going to go sit with my dog. It sounds like you're telling me you want to be out with your buddies, but you have that pool to go be with your dog. Go be with your buddies, even when it's uncomfortable. Be the first guy to say, this is super weird. I'd rather be hanging out with my pet, but I knew I should come meet you. Be that guy, right?
Yeah.
But go first, okay? Go first. If nothing else, go first and have your friends over to your place. Tell everybody, bring whatever weird leftover gizmo they've got in their meal, they've got in their kitchen. Bring them over, dude. And start small.
Okay. That sounds feasible.
Hey, it super is, and it's going to be weird. And be the first guy to be like, well, I was awkward. And appoint somebody. Next time we're hanging out at your house because I just screwed this up. And listen, man, you're still good. You're still Alex from Los Angeles, California, right?
Yeah.
You're still going to be good.
Most definitely. You're
still worth hanging out. You're still worth having a community. So will you commit to America? And by America, I mean like 18 listeners. Will you admit to America or commit that you're going to get a gang? You're going to get together with some friends this weekend?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, that's awesome, Alex. Good for you, brother. Thank you so much for the call. Everybody is going to be feeling weird in this deal. I saw the UFC's the UFC that's going to Florida. That's the first sporting event back. It is it's sold out in 8 seconds, like whatever it is, like fastest sellout in history, whatever. There's going to be those people. I am sprinting back as fast as I can. I'm throwing my mask in the air like a Diet Coke commercial, and I'm just going to be running in slow-mo to the next thing. And there's going to be those who are like, I'm going out, and they open the front door, and they're like, nope, and they're shutting the door back. Everybody's going to have to be graceful with one another. There is no right or wrong way to do this other than to remember you got to have community, however weird and wonky that looks for you. And you got to practice that community because we don't know what we're doing right now. We're going to stumble and trip and fall and screw up and be idiots and be silly and say the wrong things. And we're going to have to forgive and be graceful and then go again and go again and go again. And Alex, you're a brave, bold man for giving me a shout. I appreciate it. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him.